Good morning, you guys. Welcome to the video. Thank you so much for clicking on it. I am feeling super good about today, which is nice. Woke up early, got some stuff done. To start out the video, we are going to be doing a workout. We're going to be doing some squats, and then we also have a workout with like running and toes to bars in it. So it should be a fun day. Without further ado, let's get into the workout. Starting with back squats today, working up to a heavy set of 5. Personally for me, my goal that I have in mind is I would love to get 315 or anything above that. So we'll see how that goes. My max is 390, so 315 I think is like 85% or something, I don't know. Something like that, 80%, 85%. So I would love to get that for 5 reps. So 295 felt really good. Going with for 315 now. So the Metcon, 2 rounds, 800-meter run, 25 toes to bar. So I'm wearing my Rich Running shirt, and I have got my Rich Running shoes on, so hopefully that'll correlate into me being more fit. All right, so the Rich Running shoes and the Rich Running shirt actually worked out today, and they helped me out. So the toes to bar felt awesome. So you guys know that that's like a movement for me. Like sometimes it feels really good, sometimes it doesn't. Today they felt really, really nice. Like I was able to do, so it was sets of 25, right? So 2 rounds of 25. I was able to do 10, 10, and 5 on both of the rounds. And for me, for a long time, like I almost always had to stick to sets of 5. So I wanted to push myself and be like, do sets of 10 if you can. And I was able to do that for both of the rounds. So I'm really stoked with that. The running felt fine. Super incredibly stoked about the 335 for 5. They felt really good. I felt like they moved really well. Like I felt like my form stayed pretty good. I wasn't like leaning forward too much. So like all in all, a really good day. Really stoked with that. I have all my clothes right here. So I'm gonna take a shower and then catch up with you guys after that. Shower is all done. I wanted to show you guys this. This is actually a little poster that my brother got me for Christmas. So it says peaks, valleys, and then right here, both important. When you got me that poster, what were you thinking?
A lot of people, especially a lot of people when they have their heart on their sleeve, which no one's surprised, my brother puts his heart on his sleeve. It's really easy.
Look, I literally have my heart on my sleeve.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. So it's really easy to be only focused on those highs. And then when you're low, you get really discouraged and you get really mad at yourself. You're like, why am I low? Why am I low? Why can't I always be happy, high, mountain all the time? So the peaks and the valleys, you learn things about yourself. When you're super excited and when you're super bummed, you learn something about yourself. And to discredit those low points because you feel like, well, I'm not as happy as I should be, is to discredit a whole like half of how you can learn about yourself. So we're brothers. We have similar this. So I know that was a message that would really speak to me. And so I knew it would speak to him.
I really like that because like what he was saying is, if you're only focused on like the good parts and like you're in your head when you're in a valley, right? When you're in a low point, if your thoughts are only, I want to get out of this so I can feel happy or like be at a good spot. And instead of thinking, what can I learn from this point in my life right now where I'm low? What can I learn from that? Because then you're literally only half of your life is like you feel like is worth learning from or like you can do anything out of, right? But I really think that you can, through your valleys, through those, you know, those low points, that's when you can learn so much about yourself and become such a better person. So I really like it, and we just hung it up. So I figured you guys would like to see it. I really, really like it, and so it's like probably my favorite Christmas present that I got this year. I actually had something that I really wanted to talk about in the video, so let me set this down and have a real conversation with you guys. That looks terrible. Higher. Down a little bit here. I'll plug in a light, because why not? Does that look better? Oh, that looks much better. Yeah. Okay, so the topic that I had in my head, this was actually something that we had a sermon about this Sunday at my church. I'm not trying to make this all churchy, but it really like struck a chord with me, and it is something that it was just absolutely perfect. And while I was listening to the sermon, I just had a lot of thoughts that I thought that I could bring to a video. So that's what I want to talk about today. The topic that I want to talk about is the C word. Not the C word you're thinking of. It's complaining. And I've realized that through the message and stuff, and you know, through certain things, I've realized that I complain a lot. And I don't think that it's just me. I think a lot of us complain a lot. Actually, one of the stats that our pastor let us know about was that through conversation, this was like a Harvard study, it showed that people complain once every single minute when they're having a conversation. And I can attest that I'm probably that person that does that. Like one of the things I was thinking about today when I came to the gym, so it's pretty cold here in San Diego. For us, like 40, 50 degrees, that's pretty cold. You wake up in the morning, the bars are cold, right? It's cold. And so like I told myself when I was driving to the gym this morning, I was not going to say, I'm so cold to anybody here. I wasn't going to complain about how cold it was. Everyone knows that it's cold. There's no reason to, you know, complain about it. And so like that was something that I was kind of focused on, and that's something that's small, but I know that if I didn't make that choice, I would have been telling everybody how cold I was, and in turn, they would have not cared because they would have been just as cold as I was. And then on a more personal note, you guys know that the last video that I just put up on this channel was me basically, pretty much it was me complaining. The whole video was me complaining about other influencers, people doing what they're doing. And now, that's where I'm kind of conflicted, because I'm trying to find out, and this is like really an internal struggle that I'm having right now, is where do I draw the line of trying to speak how I feel about things, but at the same time not just like complaining about other people. Because actually there was a smaller YouTuber that made a video, he made like a response to that video talking about how, you know, I'll link the video actually down in the description if you guys want to check it out. He was talking about how he thinks that I should focus more on what I'm doing and less on what other people are doing, was basically the gist of, you know, his argument to me and why he thinks that I was wrong. And I mean, I do agree with that 100%. And I know that after I put that video up and some of the responses I was getting, they were all positive towards me, but a lot of them were very, very negative towards other people and people that I respect and that I wasn't trying to drag into, you know, my stuff. That made me kind of take a second look at what I was doing, and I realized that it's fun to complain about things. It's fun to be upset about things and complain to other people and have them complain to you, and you guys can complain together and be mad about something together. But at the end of the day, like, complaining doesn't do anything. It never solves any problems. It will, you know, when you're just straight up complaining about something. And that's where I'm conflicted, because I feel like there's a difference between complaining about something and genuinely like sharing how you feel about something, and if you feel like something is wrong, right? And so that's where I'm kind of conflicted, because I don't think I was just complaining, but at the same time, like, I don't want my channel to be this channel where I'm like trying to call people out or like because that's not who I am. I want to be someone that focuses on positivity. Another thing I kind of wanted to bring up was how it affects, you know, my mental state. So when I'm sitting there complaining about stuff all the time, I am much more likely to be in one of those low spots that we were like literally just talking about, right? I'm much more likely to get sucked into one of those and stay in one of those for a longer period of time and then complain about how I'm stuck in one of those, right? But if I'm just focused on the good things that I have in my life, the things that I'm happy about, the things that are working well for me, the things that I'm, you know, that are genuinely like making me happy, it's a lot easier to not get sucked into one of those, you know, negative, you know, mindsets, but also to, if I do get stuck into one of those, to get out of them a little bit easier by focusing on the good and not just complaining about the bad, especially if it's complaining with no intent to fix anything. So if it's just, I want to complain because this feels good, because again, complaining does feel really nice. It takes like a load off your shoulders, but it only lasts for a few seconds and then you're stuck right back into it. And then if you think about it, right, if you think about other people, if you know that there's somebody in your life that is always complaining about things, like think about it, do you want to be around that person very much? I would say subconsciously most of us would say no, I don't want to be around that. And so I don't want to be that person in other people's lives where people are just like, he's just going to complain about this stuff. And even if it's on social media, right, I want people to follow me because they like what I'm doing and they like the content that I'm putting out, not because they want to follow me because they want me to complain about what other people are doing, right? I want to focus on myself and make the best stuff that I possibly can. And if other people are doing things that I think are wrong, you know, that's not my spot is not to try and call them out. It's to try and be a force of good, and hopefully what I'm doing will bring people in that are, you know, hopefully looking for answers, and I'll be able to answer those with positivity instead of trying to answer it with like just trying to hate on other people and call them out. So I don't want to say that I completely regret the video that I put out, because I do think I made some really good points, but I just want to say, like, moving forward, I don't want to be that person. And so I know it was only a few days ago, but I learned from that experience, and I want to become a better person from that. Again, more of the story, I want to complain less. I'm not saying that I'm going to be perfect. I know I've probably complained a bunch of times today already. I'm sure I will complain more, but I want to at least be cognizant and try and focus on not complaining as much and think about the things that I'm happy about, because I know that complaining isn't going to solve anything, and that's with like anything in life, right? So I just want to focus on things that I can do. If I am in a situation I'm not happy with, what can I do to get out of that, instead of, oh, this sucks, I'm going to complain about this situation, because that's not going to do anything for me. But that's just something that was on my mind that I wanted to talk to you guys about a little bit today. What time is it, my friend?
You know, it's time to do the podcast.
You have any idea what we're going to be talking about today?
Yeah, I got a couple ideas.
Yeah?
But let's keep it a secret.
Yeah, it'll be a secret. So you have to listen to the podcast
Exactly.
to know what it's about. You know what I'm saying?
Or you have to watch my channel.
No, don't watch this channel. Alright, and the podcast is recorded. I realized that this video is already longer than I want it to be, so I'm going to end it right there. I want to say thank you guys so much for watching the video. I really, really appreciate it. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. There's one other thing that I wanted to say. Oh yeah, look up, fam!
Obey the warning signs, and when there are flashing lights or wigwags, don't attempt to cross until they come to a complete stop.